Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. We're glad you're here with us. We're diving into a topic that might seem off the beaten path. Japan's adult entertainment industry. At first glance, it might feel unrelated to serious issues like the economy, but in reality, it reflects some deep cracks in Japan's social and financial structure. Falling birth rates, rising inequality, youth struggling to find stable work. These problems are all echoed in the growth of Japan's AV and sex work sectors. In this video, we'll look at the data, global comparisons, and cultural context behind it all. If that sounds interesting, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Let's get into it. Japan's economy is ranked third in the world. In 2023, the Nikkei stock index hit a 33-year high. On the surface, it looks like things are booming. But for everyday people, that's not the story. Young people, in particular, are having a tough time. Despite decades of declining birth rates, which theoretically should leave them with more opportunities and inherited wealth, they're not seeing the benefits. Real wages have been dropping for years. Median household income fell from around 5.4 million yen in the 1990s to just over 4.2 million today, over a 20% drop. Young workers earn even less, and once taxes and social insurance are taken out, many are barely scraping by. Meanwhile, the stock market's rise has been fueled by the Bank of Japan's loose monetary policy. That money hasn't flowed into people's pockets, it's inflated asset prices. Wages haven't kept up with inflation, and the weak yen has made imports more expensive, further cutting into everyday purchasing power. So while the economy looks strong on paper, a growing number of people feel like they're being left behind. In a tough economic climate, more and more young people are turning to non-traditional work, and that includes the adult industry. In the past 2 decades, the number of adult video actresses in Japan has skyrocketed, as has the number of new releases. The broader sex industry, including legal brothels, love hotels, and strip clubs, is now worth an estimated 5 trillion yen, around 1% of Japan's GDP. Here's what makes Japan unique. Most of this industry is legal, and society tends to be fairly tolerant of it. In cities, these businesses are common and often treated like normal entertainment. That makes it easier for young women, many just out of high school, to enter the industry. A lot of them are simply looking for short-term financial stability. The idea of marrying into wealth isn't what it used to be, and in many cases, this line of work feels like the only viable option. But it's far from glamorous. Thousands of new performers debut every year, but only a tiny fraction make real money. Most appear in low-budget productions, earn little, and face intense competition. During COVID, pay dropped even further. Some even had to bring their own makeup to shoots. It's a tough business. Japan isn't the only country where economic struggles push people into fringe industries. Think back to the United States during the Great Depression. Sex work increased sharply. The same happened in Russia in the 1990s during its economic collapse. This isn't just about paychecks, it's about how the whole system is set up. In Japan, power and wealth are heavily skewed toward older generations. It's not just an aging society, it's a society run by the elderly. Young people have fewer opportunities, lower wages, and little room for advancement. Women in particular face serious challenges. Many can't access stable full-time jobs, and those who marry or have kids are often pushed out of the workforce. That's why some turn to part-time work in the sex industry, to keep their families afloat. Some even leave Japan to work abroad in places like Hong Kong or Taiwan, chasing better pay. That speaks volumes about how little opportunity they feel they have at home. Even within the industry, there's a stark divide. A handful of top-tier performers make good money while the rest struggle. The job is mentally and emotionally taxing. Audiences demand more extreme content and performers have to keep up. It's a tough cycle to be caught in. So what would real recovery look like for Japan? It's not about the stock market going up, it's about people no longer needing to turn to the sex industry to survive. For that to happen, Japan needs structural change. Raise the minimum wage so young workers can actually afford to live. Support women in the workforce with fair pay, career development, and childcare. Rebalance wealth and resources, so growth benefits more than just the top. Invest in education and job training so young people have better options. These aren't quick fixes, but without this kind of change, the pressure will keep building. Looking at Japan through the lens of its adult industry reveals a deeper truth. A rich country can still leave its people behind. Low birth rates, wage stagnation, and limited opportunities are pushing more people toward fringe work. Not because they want to, but because they feel like they have no choice. And that should concern all of us. So what do you think? Can Japan climb out of this hole? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.